You know that moment when opening your bank app doesn't trigger instant anxiety anymore? When paying basic bills is no longer a juggling act, and spending a few extra dollars doesn't spark internal debates about whether you actually deserve it? There is a specific point where this relationship with money radically shifts, and it's not when you become rich. It's when you've managed to save $10,000. Today, I'll show you why this milestone matters more than most realize, what changes about your life and mindset, and how you can use this new advantage to accelerate your career and financial journey. I'm Kyle, and in this video, we'll dig into how saving that first $10,000 isn't just a financial feat, it's a transformation that influences your choices, stability, and long-term potential. If you're ready for insight and practical strategies designed for real people, you're in the right place. Let's dive in and break down exactly why $10,000 is the threshold that changes everything and how you can cross it faster than you think. Before saving $10,000, most people exist in survival mode. Every minor emergency, a flat tire, a dental bill, or a lost shift at work becomes a crisis that disrupts everything. You feel forced to react, scrambling to patch up the situation with whatever resources are left. Day-to-day life is filled with what-ifs and anxious calculations about making ends meet. But once you cross that initial $10,000 threshold, your entire approach flips. The anxiety doesn't vanish overnight, but it is no longer the main driver of your decisions. You stop making choices from a place of fear and start thinking strategically about your future. There's a huge psychological difference between hoping you'll get by and knowing you will. The $10,000 is proof of your ability to plan, delay gratification, and build a buffer against life's uncertainties. This isn't just about having extra cash sitting in an account. It's your ticket out of the endless reactive loop and into intentional growth and meaningful progress. The magic of $10,000 saved is how it changes real-life behavior in small but powerful ways. First, your perspective shifts from, "Will I make it?" to, "How can I use this stability to my advantage?" You're able to turn down extra work that burns you out, say no to bad deals, and avoid toxic environments simply because you're not trapped by desperation or immediate need. Unexpected expenses become frustrating, not life-derailing catastrophes that set you back months. You protect your time, energy, and resources because you know you have a cushion to fall back on. You start seeing opportunities where before you saw only hurdles and obstacles blocking your path. Even the way you negotiate changes dramatically. You can walk away from unfair offers knowing you'll land on your feet. These changes compound over time, gifting you not only financial flexibility, but a deep sense of control over your life's direction. That confidence becomes visible to others and opens doors you never knew existed before. Research in behavioral finance shows the powerful psychological effect of crossing the $10,000 line. When people have an emergency fund covering a few months of expenses, overall stress decreases dramatically and decision-making quality increases significantly. A study from Vanguard, for example, found that people with a financial buffer reported higher life satisfaction, less anxiety about day-to-day spending, and made better investments in future opportunities like education or career moves. It's not just about the ability to pay sudden bills when they arrive. It's about the mental comfort that comes from knowing you're equipped for life's inevitable what-ifs. This means your focus improves, your risk tolerance grows healthier, and decisions aren't rushed or driven by panic and desperation. You can finally shift from surviving paycheck to paycheck to actually building something meaningful for your future. The numbers matter, but the psychological transformation matters even more in the long run. How do you reach that $10,000 milestone from scratch when you're starting with little or nothing? Start with automation. Set up an automatic transfer to your savings account, even if it's just $50 or $100 per paycheck at first. Next, tackle your largest recurring expenses, rent, transportation, and subscriptions you barely use anymore. Prioritize cutting what hurts your progress most, not just the small conveniences. Every dollar you redirect towards savings accelerates your timeline significantly. If extra income comes in from side hustles, bonuses, or freelance gigs, send half of it straight to savings before you have a chance to spend it. At $400 a month saved, you'll reach $10,000 in just over 2 years. If you can bump that to $600 through cuts and extra earnings, you'll arrive in 16 to 18 months instead. The key is consistent action and simple systems that work automatically. No advanced finance wizardry or complex spreadsheets required. Just discipline and a clear target you can see every single month. The transformation doesn't stop once you hit $10,000. It actually gets faster and more exciting from there. The first months of saving feel slow and unglamorous, almost pointless at times. You wonder if the effort is even worth it as progress crawls along. But once you're halfway there, something shifts. Savings snowball and momentum builds. You might see unexpected opportunities like a better-paying job, a profitable side gig, or a chance to invest in yourself become accessible simply because you have the flexibility to pursue them without fear. With your emergency fund in place, you pivot from defensive responses to proactive choices that create real value. The math gets easier too. Compounding interest begins to work for you, not just against you in the form of debt. Suddenly, you realize for the first time you're actually building wealth, not just preventing disaster. That realization changes how you see yourself and your potential going forward. The next $10,000 comes faster because your habits are locked in and you're thinking bigger. Big wins come from big decisions, not from obsessing over every coffee or lunch out. Instead of micromanaging small daily expenses, audit your biggest monthly costs and make strategic cuts there. Can you renegotiate your rent or refinance your transportation to lower monthly payments? Are there unused subscriptions eating your budget every month you forgot you even had? One-time adjustments here have the power to save you hundreds each month, putting you ahead by months or even a full year faster. On top of this, try finding ways to boost earnings. Ask for a raise backed by your performance, learn a high-demand skill that increases your market value, flip unused items for quick cash, or offer freelance work in your spare time. Funnel these windfalls directly into your savings Launchpad account. The fastest progress comes from decisions you only need to make once, rather than ones that require daily discipline and constant willpower. Focus your energy where it counts most and watch how quickly things change. With $10,000 saved, your career negotiation power multiplies in ways you can't predict. Thanks to having walkaway money, you're able to enter meetings or interviews without desperation clouding your judgment or weakening your position. That psychological edge is huge and often makes the difference between accepting what's offered and getting what you deserve. Here's the playbook. Clearly present your value with past results and specific outcomes you've delivered. Anchor your request in real market data so it's grounded in reality. Describe how you'll add value over the next 90 days to justify the increase, and be ready for silence without panicking or filling the gap. If the answer is no, you have time and resources to strategize or look elsewhere without fear. The more options you have, the calmer and more successful your negotiations become, and the better the offers you'll ultimately receive. It's not arrogance, it's confidence born from simply not being forced to accept poor terms out of necessity. Not everyone starts from the same spot, so your path to $10,000 may vary depending on your circumstances and challenges. If you're juggling debt, always pay minimums on all accounts and then attack the highest interest balance with any extra money you can find, but maintain an auto transfer to savings, even a small one, so the habit develops and you prove to yourself you can do both. If your income fluctuates month to month, create a floor and flex system. Automate a low base transfer that you can always hit, and then top up aggressively when months go well. In high-cost areas where expenses are brutal, focus more on increasing earning power and skill stacking than cutting costs to the bone. There's a cap to how much you can restrict your lifestyle, but there's no ceiling to upward potential. Customize your approach, but keep the process automated and the goal visible every single day. Celebrate each $1,000 milestone like a checkpoint on your larger journey and use it to fuel your motivation forward. Here's a week-long action plan you can start today to build real momentum fast. Day 1, list every recurring payment and kill at least one that doesn't bring clear value. Day 2, set up auto savings for payday so the money moves before you see it. Day 3, sell something you don't use or freelance for fast cash to kickstart your fund. Day 4, analyze your past 3 months of bank statements and flag hidden money leaks you didn't realize existed. Day 5, negotiate or review your biggest bill like rent, insurance, or car payments to find savings.
Day 6, create a visual tracker on your wall or phone app for daily motivation and accountability. Day 7, brainstorm 3 future earning streams you could develop over the next quarter. Together, these 7 steps ignite momentum and form life-saving habits that carry you to your goal. The trick is repetition. Reset and repeat the cycle every single month, refining as you go, and watch the numbers climb faster than you expected. Common missteps can set you back months or even years, but they're easy to avoid once you know what to watch out for. First, never save what's left at the end of the month. Always pay yourself first through automation, or there's nothing left to save. Second, don't wait for perfect circumstances or a higher income to start. More money without a plan just creates more spending and lifestyle inflation. Third, perfectionism is a trap that stops progress. Slow consistency works far better than bursts of extreme